Enter Sandman by Metallica is the song I'm talking you through today. If you could like and subscribe to this channel, that would really help me out tremendously. And if you also want to help support this channel, I'll leave a link in the description below. So this is a wicked track. I remember playing this when I was 15, 16 years old with my mates at school. We used to play it all the time. Metallica, Guns N' Roses. We just used to, absolutely fantastic. There's loads of videos already out on this, but I just want to really go through the main kind of sections in this song. I'm not going to go through bar by bar like I do a lot of my tutorials. I'm just going to go through the main sections. So at least if you can't quite get your head around every single bar note for note, at least you've got the main sections. So it starts off with this hi-hat on the 2 and the 4. You've got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we come in with this drive-in tom pattern with the kick on 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to talk you through that pattern first of all. So I'm going to play it first. I'm just going to loop this pattern so you can hear it. And then I'll go through it real slow so you know exactly what's going on. Have a listen. Sounds like this. So our right hand is playing 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the kick is playing 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a rock beat, we're playing the 2, but we're playing, instead of the snare, we're playing on the medium tom. And then the 4 and, I'm going from the high to the medium. So my hands are going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we've got to learn to put this kick in. Now if you find this hard to start with, don't worry about literally the high and the medium tom. Just get used to playing your right hand on the floor tom and the kick. Just maybe start with your floor tom, 2 and 3 and 4, and add the kick 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and then gradually add the rest 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now there's lots of what I would call like pushes in this song, or stabs, where the whole band stab and play the same kind of push. And this happens quite a lot on the and of beat 4. So in this kind of, this tom section at the beginning, we've got these drive-in kind of cymbal stabs. The first one is on the and of the 4. So we're going to do kind of exactly the same sort of thing, but we're going to basically, instead of doing the last 2 toms, we're going to add a crash with the snare. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's just look at that first stab. Let's do it again. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's look at that again. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again one more time. 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the next stab section, a little bit further on in this same section, we get a double crash, and that's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the and of the 2 and the and of the 4. Let's do it again. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then before we kind of build up to this song, we've got one more little stab section. We've got 3 stabs now, again on the off beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's kind of the same rhythm as what you're playing. Your right hand is continuously playing but we're just moving it to the crash cymbals. Doesn't matter what crash you've got. I've got a couple here, but doesn't matter. Let's just do that again. 3 crashes. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the kind of build section at the beginning changes a little bit. Instead of doing that high tom to the medium tom, it kind of brings a snare on the end of the 4. So you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's just do that even slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then again you hear some stabs again, or one stab, and then the whole band build up. We've got 2 bars of 8th notes, and then on the very last beat of the second bar we've got a crash on the end of the 4, and that will bring us into essentially our kind of main kind of groove. So I'm playing snare, floor and kick. 3, have a listen. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and second bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that might be a little bit tricky, that last bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's do them 2 bars in a row, still nice and steady. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and second bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that will bring us into our groove. Now when the groove kicks in, we've got a 4-bar pattern. On the very last bar we've got that cymbal again on the end of the 4. So we've just got essentially a rock beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and second bar 2 and 3 and 4 and third bar 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that last bar is the bar that will cause you a problem, if any. So let's just do that last bar even slower. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that bar, if you can play that the first time round like we just did then, it does happen again quite a few times in this track, so you'll be able to do it again. You just need to listen to the track and just work out when it comes in. Where you hear the lyrics, sleep with one eye open, it does change to a half-time feel because we've got the snare on beat 3. And we do have that crash on the end of the 4 again. Just have a listen. I'm just going to loop them 2 bars. I'll play it up to speed first and we'll break it down. Have a listen. It goes like this. So it's a little bit tricky because if you're not used to playing on beat 3, and also the second bar of this pattern, we let that crash kind of continue, so we don't play that 1 effectively. So it's a little bit weird because it is on beat 3. Let's just go real slow. We're going to go 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's do it again. 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's go a little bit quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 a little bit quicker. 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 4 and then it kind of comes out of that by building up on the snare and floor tom. 1 and 2 and 3 and crash. 1 and 2 and 3 and crash. And goes into a main rock beat. 2 minutes 42 into the track. We've got a couple of bars, or one bar really, like drum fill leading you into the guitar solo. Have a listen to it first, just a 2-bar pattern, and then I'll talk you through it. So have a listen, sounds like this. And then you're into the guitar solo. So we've got a crash. We're going to go crash, 2, 3, 4, and rest, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now I'm playing both hands together, one slightly in front. That's called a flam. So you want one hand slightly in front. Doesn't really matter what hand. I'm playing the right hand in front, but you can do left if that feels comfier. So let's do them 2 bars again. We're going to go crash, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that first bar crash is quite tricky because we've got beat 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Let's do it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and then the little drum fill with the flams. We've got to rest on beat 1, so it's going to go rest, bass, flam, bass, flam, bass, flam, crash. Do it again. 3 and rest, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, crash. Let's link the 2 bars together. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then hopefully by now you've got the gist of this song. You can kind of feel where these offbeat stabs are coming that we talked about with these crashes. Most of them are kind of on, well, they're all on the and, but most of them are on like the and of the 4. We've got some tom builds up, but just have a listen to the song. I've pretty much covered the main kind of tricky parts of this song. The rest of it, like I say, is kind of like what we've just done, just maybe in different places. But once you get used to it, it is a classic song. It's a great song. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I used to remember playing this with my mates when I was at school, and yeah, it's kind of, I guess, one of the songs that actually got me drumming. So it is a great song to play to, and hopefully this tutorial's really helped some of you play it, and maybe, you know, yeah, just giving you some ideas and just helped you along, or helped you do something that you couldn't do before watching this video. So thanks for watching. Let me know how you got on, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.